Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. We're doing the Auric program journey here, and we're on number 5, which is the assemblage point. Now, the assemblage point is from various indigenous and shamanic traditions. Other traditions address something like this. They just don't use that term or that terminology. But it's basically how our mental body, our opinions, our emotions, our body, our nervous system, our environment, our immune system all come together as this point of perception that you could call the assemblage point. It's our how we perceive the world. Now, part of what helps us to like realize and adjust and adapt is how flexible this assemblage point is. When it becomes really rigid, it can cause all kinds of health issues, psychological issues, and reduce our ability to spiritually grow and evolve. And when it's more flexible, we, for one, learn more aspects about ourselves. We learn things about ourselves. We're able to shift into areas of who we are that might not be active in day-to-day activities. But it is also tied to how our nervous system adjusts and adapts. And so think of it as like you're constantly rebooting or readjusting the nervous system to adjust to who you are now rather than um, you know, something that you've been in the distant past. And so it's really tied to psychological healing, some physical healing, but definitely spiritual growth. And my rule of thumb personally is when I'm trying to treat something or address something, when in doubt, I go to the assemblage point. There might be some other things that I try to, but this one's one of my favorites. So Um, let's go ahead and pull that out. You can see it's associated with a bunch of different conditions, but you could use it for any condition, physical, psychological, spiritual. So we're going to start with the standard approach. And, before we do something like this, I like to check in, like, how is everything going in my life? How are the people, the situations? What are the things that are bothering me? What difficulties am I having trying to achieve my goals? Okay. And then we're letting it go, and we're going to start with the standard approach. So begin inhaling the assemblage point. Your awareness is on the whole left side of your body, left side of your face and neck, your shoulder, the ribs, all the way down to the left outer ankle. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Now let's do the front side of the body. Whole front side from your face down the front of your body to the tops of your feet. The right side of your body. Right side of your face and neck, your right shoulder, all the way down to the right outer ankle. And then the back side of the body. The whole back side of the body. And then just pause and be still. Now we're going to do the advanced approach, right? So this is a much deeper dive. The standard approach is something you could do on a daily basis or in a stack, an Auric programming stack. This is when you really want to work the program intensely. So begin inhaling. Again, your awareness is on the left side of your body, left side of your face and neck, your left shoulder, all the way down to the left outer ankle. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Now to the back side of the body, back of the head and neck, down your whole back, your hips, the backs of your legs to your heels. And then the right side of the body, the whole right side of your face and neck, your right shoulder, right hip, down the outer leg to the right outer ankle. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on the right side of your body. Your awareness is on the front side of your body, your face and throat, your chest, down the whole front side to the tops of your feet. And then pause. Pause and be still. Your awareness is on your knees. You can do the whole knee or just the back of the knee. One time. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. And then the ankles. Your awareness is on the ankles. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. Your awareness is on your ankles. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. And then the soles of your feet. And then just be still. Just be still. And begin inhaling. Your awareness is on the left side of the body, left side of the face, neck, all the way down to the outer ankle, left outer ankle, the whole left side. The front side of the body, your awareness is on the whole front side of the body, from your face all the way down to the tops of your feet. The right side of your body, the whole right side of your face, neck, and shoulder, all the way down to the outer ankle. And then the back side of the body, back of the head and neck, all the way down to the heels, on your whole backside. And then just pause and be still. Okay, the last piece, which is the somatic programming. This is how we physicalize the positive aspects of this pattern and flush out to a greater degree from the body the negative aspects of this pattern. You're inhaling, your awareness is on the brain. Your awareness is on the brain. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on the spine. Long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on the spine. The brain and spine both at the same time. And then your awareness is on the brain and soles of your feet. And as you inhale, move your awareness up above your ankles. As you exhale, down into the earth. And then just pause and be still. Just be still. Notice your body, your emotions, and your thoughts. Check in with those situations that you did at the beginning of the session. Okay, let's go ahead and share your experiences, ask questions. You can unmute yourself or type in.
Go ahead, Barbara. Let's start us out.
Hey, hey.
Hey there. Thank you for this. Seems like just what I needed.
Oh, good.
For some reason, my nervous system's been off despite the class this weekend. And it almost feels like the deeper I go into my spiritual practice, the more shaky my nervous system or how
Yeah,
easily it
that's
gets unraveled.
yeah, that's actually a common problem.
Okay.
Well, common problem for people who are doing, deep spiritual practices, I should say. And a couple of things can happen with the nervous system when you're doing a deeper practice like that is the nervous system has to be like like updated or re-educated to be where you are presently. And then sometimes what happens is the nerves get a little bit depleted, like you'll start to feel a little shaky. And this can be helpful for that, but also using any of like the big trees, like, like firs, spruces, cedars, pine,
The trees?
the tree blend as well, but like just anything that's like a big tree.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you getting the little bit of shaky?
Not now, but I do off and on,
Yeah.
and I seem to be experiencing that more often. And I
Yeah.
don't always sense that it's nerves. Sometimes it just feels like things releasing in a really rapid
Yeah,
way.
that's possible. But if it like kind of lingers a little bit, it's a little bit of a depletion in the nerves, and they just need to be fortified a little bit.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I know most times you say if you get sleepy, lean into it. But I'm
Yeah.
wondering with the advanced approach,
Hmm.
is it important to kind of make it all the way through that
I would try to make
psychological?
it all the way through just so that it's like done and then fall asleep. But like, if it's getting too overwhelming, I'd just maybe sleep and then finish it up later or something. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
And then go ahead, Lara, then Megan.
Hey, hey, Laura.
Hey, Greg. On how often would you consider the advanced approach?
Most times I would say once a week. I mean, if you needed to do it more, you could do it a couple times or even 3 times a week. But
How do you
you,
know if you need to do it more?
I would say most times do it once a week. Like if you're really working through some like health issue or something, you could do it 2 or 3 times. But it's actually good to let your body and your energy body like acclimate to the shift. And so once a week is pretty healthy. That standard approach you could do daily, but
Would
the
you do the would you do the somatic uh sometimes with the daily one or
you
just
could,
leave it?
yeah, sure. No, you could do that. Yeah.
Okay. And I know you've taught this, and I probably just need to go back in my notes, but could you talk a little bit about the stacking?
Sure. It's when you're taking different Auric programs and you're applying it to a particular issue, or you're just looking at yourself. Like say you're trying to work like a particular health issue. You can go, well, as part of it's the immune system, part of it's the respiratory system, might be allergies in there, might be some limbic function, or something else, like part of the nervous system, and you can create a stack specifically for that. But then you can step back and go, okay, what do I need to work on, like kind of on a regular basis? Like, okay, I could use a little immune work. I could use a little, like today we're working the assemblage point where it does all those kinds of things. And I'm having some sleep issues, so I might do a little bit of sleep issue. And then um, say I'm feeling a little stressed, so maybe I do limbic functions. And so then you would kind of piece together how the things that would best benefit you. Like how we did and we continue to do those like personal blends. You could almost do like a version of that, but with a stack. Because that's the thing with the stacks. Like when we were doing it in the class, it wasn't like we were just saying this stack is good for everybody that has this condition. It was kind of individual. Like some people might need a little bit more of one particular thing where somebody else might not need it. And so you can kind of fine tune um, the stack where ideally you do four, but you could do three, you could do five, but four is very good. The number four is like concretizing. So that idea of concretizing that pattern or those patterns into the energy body is strengthened somewhat by the number four or doing four repetitions. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're so welcome.
And then go ahead, Megan, then Robert.
Hey, Megan.
Hey, couple things.
Sure.
So Arian, he's 12 and a half now.
Mhm.
You did a healing on him like a year or year and a half ago and said to kind of keep an eye out for this performance anxiety with him.
Mhm.
You said like sometimes when kids are a little smart, they're actually more like worried about how well they're doing.
Mhm.
And I'm seeing that come up a lot where he just has a meltdown about like a paper. I mean, and I read it and it's perfectly fine, but maybe he's not done, but he just like freaks out and like procrastinates and then we're doing it at the last minute and he's just totally crying and upset and worried and I don't know. And then it seems like he has a little bit of just like loose stool. And then like sometimes he gets this little weird breakout on his face and it's like not quite his lips, but it's around the lips. It's like red sometimes. It'll take weeks
Okay.
away and it
Mhm.
all seems stress related. So I just
Yeah.
wondered if there was something easy. I just don't feel like doing energy healing on it.
Yeah. Are we done with the org program? Yeah, let us finish the org program and then we'll come and we'll
Oh,
start getting.
sorry. It was
Yeah, yeah,
quarter
yeah,
to five. I just thought we'd
yeah,
switched
yeah,
over.
yeah. Yeah, give us just like 5 or 10 minutes and then we'll jump in, just so people don't get confused.
We'll keep your hand up, Megan, so we'll get back to you. And then go ahead, Robert, then Denise.
Hey,
And then
Robert.
we have just a question and share.
Hey, Greg.
Hey.
I have certain oils sitting on my desk, and one of them is Amen. Is that a
Mhm.
good one to do after an Auric programming like we just did?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you definitely could. I mean, it keeps things in motion somewhat. Both the stabilize and amen, we did that in the life alter class. It would enhance it. Back when we were doing the Auric programming for the first time, I just didn't want to make it super complicated, so I left some pieces out, but as life goes on and we get used to doing it, we'll be integrating some of those pieces. That would be one of those pieces, but I felt it was too much at the time. But yeah, you could totally do that. Like I would
Last,
do it either after, like if you're doing a stack, do the stack and then do it. Or if you're doing the advanced approach, do the advanced approach, the full thing. And then when you're done, then follow it with Amen or the stabilize.
so last week's class was when I felt overwhelming draw to do Amen. It was just
Right,
like I felt it jumping into my hand kind of thing.
right,
And
right,
so I did it, and then I didn't get a chance to ask the question uh, last week because we ran out of time.
right,
So
right.
I thought I'd ask today. I wrote it down to make sure I got to it. So thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. Good catch.
And then go ahead, Denise, and then we'll finish with the shares and question, and then we'll go on to regular Q&A.
Hey, Denise.
Hi, I wanted to say that the assemblage point, definitely like by the time we were completely through, like I felt dialed in. Actually, doing that last segment, I think and trust me, that says a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just felt very on point. So that's significant. Is there anything I could add to that just for stress? Just to,
For
and I,
stress, I mean, for you, I would say the limbic function, which ends up being splendor.
oh, I have that one. Okay.
You could do them as like a stack. I really like the the allergic response, or allergies, which is allergy support.
The one
It,
we did
it's
last week, I think.
Yeah, was it last week or a couple weeks ago?
Yeah,
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
I did like that
It-
a lot.
it's
Yeah.
very calming and soothing to the body. Like it's so calming and soothing to the body. And then for you, you just look something up here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just like you guys. I have to look everything up. I can't keep it all in my head. So, because you kind of have like bit of a unique situation,
Okay.
with your son and everything. And I would use, because you're always having to deal with what's going on and it's a never changing thing, even if it's just that you don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like there's parts where you might know and you're like, and then there's parts where you might not know. Um, I kind of like the idea of number 22, which is innovative action and thinking. And like it's just another way of saying like problem solving. Like, okay, how do I deal with this problem? Or how do I not, maybe it's not my problem. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I kind of like that for you for that situation with your son. And if it's time for you to step in, I think it helps you to get in there, problem solve it so that you can, resolve it and then step away. Or there might be times where it's just like, you know what, nothing for me to do, you know.
That would be excellent. And that's
Yeah.
in the Auric program. Get
Yeah,
that
it's
number
number
22.
22 and the blend is alignment.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That just sounds amazing. I
Yeah,
appreciate
so
it.
that's a little stack for you that you can do.
Excellent. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
And then we have some shares and questions, and then we'll get into the regular Q&A. And I just want to say, really appreciate the stack questions. I figured we'd get through a handful more as well of the ARC programs, and then we do a little deeper dive, so you guys would already have had some experience. But yeah, ask any questions.
Yeah,
like-
stacks are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone's asking, could we do materialization breath at the end of a program with the same oil?
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to wait for it to be at the end of one of these processes. It is doing something a little bit different. The materialization breath is about materializing light and putting something in motion. Where here we're looking at the aura and the energetic mold. I mean, it sounds kind of similar, but they are energetically some different functions. But you could do it at the very end, or you could do it separately. Like how I was just talking about with Denise about like, oh, use the alignment blend. She could be using that as a materialization breath, thinking of situations and helping with that. So yeah, sure, you could do that.
Someone shared after the process, feeling very calm, relaxed, and peaceful.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Good.
Another awesome. Thanks. And then one question is, will that assemblage point incense affect all the things on the list, shifting point of perception?
Yeah, I mean, it's working the aura like body tonics do something similar too. It would be very similar to doing the standard approach. It wouldn't be the deep dive, but it would be like doing the standard approach. So for us, like we do, like if we're working on a particular thing, we'll do our processes. I tend to do them at night. Just because they make me spacey and I won't get anything done if I do it in the morning. But during the day, I'll burn incense to like kind of keep that moving, but I'm able to stay in action. And so I would say you could do any version of that. Yeah.
And thank you guys so much for joining us for week 5. And next week is week 6. And I'm just looking at the oil real quick. It is behavior support. So yeah, join us for that. And we'll get started now with our regular Q&A.
Okay, so